What up? It's Jimmy. This is a clip from our big NCAA basketball show starring Maxwell Smart. Hit the link. Check out our show. Maxwell, we roll on 1 p.m. Eastern, UNC Wilmington Seahawks, 4-3, 2-2 on the road at Campbell Fighting Camels, 4-2, 1-0 at home. We go to John W. Pope Jr. Convocation Center in Buies Creek, North Carolina for this matchup. FanDuel has Campbell in an interesting odd spot right now. It's strange. They have Campbell. You can get him at plus 1.5 at -128. Or you could just take a money line -108. Total at 142.5. And we'll check Circa. We'll check odds.com. We'll check a bunch of different spots. We'll see where Max is going and find him the best line available. After losing by 20 points at Ole Miss, UNC Wilmington bounced back with an 80-72 win at Norfolk State. The Seahawks have 5 players scoring double digits, led by 6'6" junior guard Jalen Sims at 20.7 points per game. He's coming off an ugly game against Norfolk. He scored just 3 points. He turned the ball over 4 times. He dealt with foul trouble the whole time. And they still win by 8 at Norfolk State. He's hitting 50%, 51.4% on threes. He's taken 37 of them this year, and it seems like this is a bounce-back opportunity for him. Campbell's lost 2 straight after starting their season by winning 4 straight. They lost to Elon 66-56 and then lost 69-50 at NC State. They're still hitting 52.6% from the field, getting 15.2 assists per game. Senior guard Jordan Whitfield averages 15.3 points. 6'6" junior Cedric Henderson has put up 14.8 points and 4.2 boards here. Let's go, Max. 1 p.m. Eastern, UNC Wilmington, Campbell.
Yeah, listen, I think that with this Wilmington team, this is a much improved offensive team. I think that they do struggle with a little bit of efficiency, specifically Ty Gadsden, who is coming off a heavy minute game, but I believe it was only 4 for 18 from the field. That's definitely got to improve, and it feels like every time I talk about Wilmington, he's the guy that I'm talking about improving his shooting accuracy and efficiency. But the difference with this Wilmington team that they didn't have the first couple games of the season, specifically against UNC Asheville, is Holy Cross transfer Joe Pridgeon. Joe Pridgeon is going to be a man amongst boys when it comes to the quality of offense that this kid can produce. He's going to have 3 years to play at Wilmington, and I believe that by the time he's done, he will be the next great UNC Wilmington player. Just an uber talented guy, fantastic down low, fantastic in the mid-range. He knows his strengths and his weaknesses, and he takes advantage of defenses with his ability to pull up in the mid-range and to get to the bucket and get to the free throw line. I think with this UNC Wilmington team, you nailed it right on the head. You got to avoid foul trouble. This isn't a team with a ton of depth, or at least trustable depth. From a backcourt perspective, you have a lot of talent, so you're going to play a lot of positionless basketball with a lot of guys that have to crash the glass, even though they may be undersized. I think that when it comes to Wilmington, though, the key is always going to be point guard play in this type of system and this type of tempo. And Mike Okoro has done a fantastic job. He's giving you double-digit points. He's giving you six boards. He's dishing it out 4 times a game, and he's hitting 77% of his free throws. So I love a floor general that can be assertive, can make great decisions, and the fact is, the only blemish is turnovers. But I think that when you look at his turnovers and how he's actually turned the ball over, they're forgivable. I think that Wilmington definitely gets balanced scoring once again, does a good job of getting to the free throw line and making them, winning on the offensive glass where they're +3 and they got to get at least 10 of them in a game, and just win the turnover battle. Campbell's going to try and take the ball away from you. They did a good job. Against NC State of staying in the game. I think that they showed a lot of their strengths, but I don't think that it's going to translate on a game-to-game basis. I think that with Campbell, you do have the step down, and I think that can be impactful in this game. I think that coming home definitely is going to give them a boost early on, but I do have faith in Wilmington making adjustments at halftime if they're down a bucket or two. This is a Campbell team by the numbers that are a little skewed. They have a 9-point first half advantage, so it definitely is a game that I would have interest in splitting and going first half one way, second half another. But I'm just not convinced that Campbell's 3-point defense is going to be able to maintain its stoutness against Wilmington's balanced offense and multitude of different perimeter shooters. And then when it comes to free throws, although they're a volume free throw shooting team, you're barely hitting over 60%. And that just is something I just can't trust. Even in a home game situation at a very short number. So with UNC Wilmington, I'm going to keep on riding them. They've shown they can win on the road. The Norfolk State game was a game that they had to persevere and battle through, and I think they're able to do it again. So I'll ride them one more time.
Do you want them -1.5 at +104 or on the money line at -108?
The money line -108, please.
Let's lock that in. UNC Wilmington Seahawks -108. That is available at FanDuel. And Max is off and rolling.